I really wanted to find a way to dedicate my Buddhist practice and my vows to the work that I do. And what I saw gradually was that working with couples who are trying to deal with their differences put me right square in the middle of most of the dukkha that was in my world. In the language of Buddhism, they're called dukkha, anicca, anatta. And in English, dukkha means the quality of being off-center, like a wheel that rides off the axle or a bone that is riding out of the socket. And that quality means that everything in our world is thrown and painful and off-center. So you can never get it right. You can't change this world into something perfect. Then the second quality is anicca, and that means impermanence. So things change moment to moment, nothing lasts, and things are changing at a level that we can't perceive, and then they're changing at a level that we can perceive. That's usually called aging in people's actual lives. And the third element, which is anatta or anatman, means essentially that there is nothing that exists apart from everything else. There is no self, there is no thing. All things, all selves are within dynamic, interactive fields. So everything's embedded. Everything is in contact with everything else through all of time and space. And in that way, we are in situations and contingencies that we don't know about and that we don't control. Most of this off-centeredness that causes difficulty, and that couples are a really good reminder to each other of the no self or the condition of embeddedness, because every day you depend on your friend, the other person who affects you in all sorts of ways that you don't know about, and also then affects the family. So the way I began to think about couples therapy was that it was at the center of a lot of the suffering of the world, because a lot of the suffering of the world is the result of the way that people automatically create thoughts and feelings about somebody else. And they kind of download or get rid of the stuff in themselves that might be really causing them problems by downloading it into somebody else. Most people recognize that it is really difficult to love the people that they love, that it is very difficult not to attack and not to make enemies out of the people that they're closest to. I think more than ever, we need to pay attention to how we create enemies, how we come to think about another person as the enemy, as the one who is causing me pain and difficulty. And in my view, dialogue therapy addresses that in a very immediate and kind of palpable way, as people can see in the moment with a partner how they have created a view of the other person that they then are unconsciously evoking and trying to control or fight with, that they can actually see it happening in the moment. So I see dialogue therapy as a means of not only dealing with couples, where it really was designed to deal with intimacy in couples, but also with parents and their grown children, with other people that are in work or organizational settings, and then with racial and cultural differences as well. So putting two people eye to eye with each other and helping them see how they create an enemy and then how they can stop doing that is really at the core of what happens in dialogue therapy.